Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sammy. I'm a registered dietitian, a certified personal trainer, and a fit model competitor prepping for the Amateur Olympia in Vegas, October, I think 7th and 8th. So today I'm going to take you guys through what I eat in a day, flexible dieting a little bit because I have a fun event. All week I've been on point. My calories were bumped up this week. My weight's been very stable at about 110 to 110.6, so up about maybe 2 pounds from stage. I'm eating about 17 to 1800 calories, a good balance of carbs, proteins, and fat, obviously protein being on the higher end. I would say clean eating, but I do eat more flexible than I guess I would during prep. Like I'll have a little bit more, sweet potato fries, or I might have a couple meals out. Typically I do one meal out a week. So today is that day because I'm going to a concert. I know people think bodybuilders don't have lives, which most of the time we don't. But during our off season or during special occasions, I definitely do my best to, go out, have fun, have a good meal with friends. I'm doing a girls' day today. We're going to a burger joint, so I'm probably gonna get myself a burger. I'm very excited about that. But I'm gonna take you guys through what it looks like eating in a lean building phase. So my focus right now is to be putting on a tiny bit of weight, going into a lean build, and then going back into a cut for the Amateur Olympia. I'm really only looking to gain maybe 1 or 2 more pounds. I bumped up already a good amount after stage. Did my in-body last week and it looks like I'm already gaining some muscle. Obviously, I'm gonna gain a little bit of body fat. Disclaimer, if you didn't know, when you build muscle, you will build fat. The goal here is to minimize the amount of fat I am building. And if you guys couldn't already tell, I don't have a voice. I co-hosted the very first Empower Her Women's Health and Wellness Summit yesterday. It was a 6-hour event. I was a speaker, I was a host. We had multiple speakers for women's health professionals, all the way from menopause to mindset coaching to just general hormonal regulation. We also had some fun booths like latte stations, mocktail stations. Lunch was included, breakfast was included. It was an incredible day of about 80 women who just wanted to learn and be inspired and just, take their health and wellness to that next level and be connected with different professionals in the field. So I don't have much of a voice, and I definitely am on the tired side, but I promised you guys I'd get this video out there. So it's probably not gonna be the longest or the most detailed, but I'm gonna show you what I eat and how I plan in a lean building phase, prepping for nationals, staying on track, but still going out and having a meal out. Now, I'm not gonna be hitting my calories perfect today. My weight's been very stable. I'm not overly concerned if I eat a little bit more at dinner, but let's get into what I'm gonna have. So when I am going out to eat, I will share that is the meal I plan for first. So first and foremost, find the restaurant you are going to. Luckily, the girls made a reservation. They sent me the restaurant ahead of time. I got a chance to look at the menu. I'm about 99% sure I'm gonna get a burger. I'm probably gonna get some sweet potato fries. That is what I'm thinking. Therefore, I'm allotting for about 800 calories from my meal tonight. I'm not a drinker, so I don't need to account for alcohol, but if you were drinking, that's something else I would recommend you account for. I don't have desserts either, so that's something else I'm not gonna account for. So I'll probably just drink like soda waters, maybe an energy drink to keep me awake because yesterday's event has me exhausted, but all pretty low calorie things, so I don't really need to track for beverages. If you were someone who was gonna have like a soda, a juice, a mocktail that has sugar in it, you need to track those things as well. I always like to account for about 800 to 1,000 calories when I'm going out to eat, especially if I'm not trying to be going too far over my calories, because you always want to overestimate, assume they're going to put oil in stuff, assume they're going to use sauces that have more calories. If I'm in prep and I'm going out to eat, I'm a lot more strict. I would probably ask them not to add things. I'd probably get a side salad instead of fries. So it all just depends on what phase I'm in and what meal I'm eating. Now, based on that, the rest of my meals throughout the day need to be high protein, lower carb, lower fat. I'm not too concerned about the carbs because my carbs are pretty high. I'm at about 200 grams per day. It's more my fat that I'm really good at going over because I love fatty foods. Like I love almond butters, olive oils, egg yolks. I love avocado. I love goat cheese. So it's very easy for me to go over my fats. That's why I'm doing just egg whites, no yolks this morning. all of my meals are pretty much gonna be like chicken and vegetables, turkey and vegetables. And today is my last leg day of the week. I will film as much content there as I can. My leg days are all very similar. If you guys haven't watched my other videos, like I'm always doing hip thrust, I'm always doing hamstring curls, I'm always focusing on my glutes, my hammies, my quads, mostly glutes and hammies because I'm trying to get that tie-in for stage. I like to do my cheat meal. I don't really call it a cheat meal, so let's talk about that for a second. Cheat meal or my meal out, I like to do that on a day that I'm hitting legs because I know I'm gonna hit a nice heavy session. I'm gonna utilize those extra calories. So that's just a preference. Now, I don't call it a cheat meal because as you guys can see, I'm actually tracking it. I don't do any meals that are completely untracked. Like I just don't like eat throughout the day and be like, oh, today's a cheat day. That's a lot of the reason why people don't get the results they want. A cheat meal becomes a cheat day, which then becomes a cheat week. Instead, I call it flexible dieting. I don't do it all the time and I don't do it in prep, but when I'm not on prep and when I'm in a lean building phase, definitely allow a lot of flexible dieting if it hits my macros kind of concept, but not to the point where I'm eating pizza, Twinkies, chips. Like I'm not eating all that junk food. Like I'm gonna enjoy a nice burger out. I'm gonna have some sweet potato fries. I'm not going overboard, but that's plenty for me. It hits my cravings and allows me to stay within my calorie range or right about where I need to be. All right, so I have meal number one here. So 200 grams egg whites, 2 ounces of chicken for extra protein, a little bit of spinach, everything bagel seasoning. And then I have my bowl of berries, oatmeal, PB, cashew butter, because I really like that vanilla flavor, and a little cup of coffee, double shot espresso, little splash of almond milk, and water. So I make it an Americano with a little bit of almond milk, like unsweetened, 10 calories, if that. So we just got home from church and I'm gonna have my second meal. It's just a bowl of oatmeal. I guess I eat a lot of oatmeal because I had oatmeal for breakfast as well. A little pre-leg day snack. And then when we get home, I'll have some veggies and some chicken. Probably have to get ready for the concert and then heading out for dinner. I am really prioritizing protein. Like I said, I had maybe 40, 50 grams for breakfast. I'm gonna have another 40, 50 grams for lunch because the biggest thing with eating out is my protein's usually lower, my carbs and fat are higher. So what I prioritize throughout the day is making sure I get my protein in so that when I get home tonight, I'm not lacking. I will probably be home around, I'm gonna guess like midnight, 1, 2 a.m. And I don't really wanna be having any meals at that point. I will also be bringing some high protein snacks with me if my protein is still low before I head out. All right, finished my leg day. Did do some new exercises for you guys, tried out some new machines that I wanted to share. Love doing stuff like that, especially in a building phase where my workouts don't need to be as strict. So tried some new stuff. It was really fun. I'm doing my last 10 minutes of cardio now. I did have cardio drop 25 minutes 4 times a week to just 20 minutes 4 times a week. Have a feeling it might get dropped a little bit more just because my weight is still kind of low. I didn't really have any gains so far this week, but we will see with check-ins on Tuesday how that goes. Gonna head to the grocery store after this and then go home and have a nice big high protein meal. Workout felt really good, finally feeling strong again. Wasn't doing my best yesterday. After my event, I had an upper body day and my strength was garbage. I was feeling kind of like garbage, so got a lot of sleep last night and feeling much, much better for today's leg day. So we just got home from the grocery store. I take my glutamine right after my workout to help with recovery. I'm gonna make myself a salad kit with just 6 ounces of chicken, and I'm gonna have myself some oatmeal again for after my workout as my carb, just something quick and easy. I have an hour to get ready before this concert. I'm also gonna bring some snacks with me along the way. Right now I've tracked about up to 115 grams of protein. I do need 165, so I'm probably gonna make myself a collagen creatine shake to bring with me to get an extra 12 grams of protein, and we'll figure out maybe another wrap along the way for on the ride there. So we just got to the casino. I had my chicken wrap on the way here. I wanted to make sure I was much closer to my protein goal, so roughly 4 ounces of chicken, and then I did a high protein wrap that I found at Aldi's. Definitely a steal. I think it's like 14 grams or 12 grams of protein and actually less carbs than the carb balance wraps I normally buy. So really happy I found this product. We are gonna be heading to dinner probably in the next like 30 minutes or so. I originally was gonna get a burger, but I'm just really feeling like a club turkey sandwich and some sweet potato fries. So I'll adjust my macros based on that. That will probably bring my fat a little bit lower, which is good because I was already over by like 10 or 12 grams. Again, I am not trying to hit my macros perfect, just really trying to focus on hitting my protein and staying roughly within my calorie range. If I'm a little bit over, it's okay. And I will share that with you guys. This would put me at about 150 grams of protein. My goal was 160, so I'm gonna see what they have for some appetizers. Some really just high protein, lean appetizer options are usually any kind of like seafood. So I will try to get like oysters, or I try to get like shrimp cocktail. If my protein is still really low when I get home, which it should only be low by maybe like 10 grams, I might just do some, you know, grilled chicken, some turkey when I get home, or maybe even just some egg whites depending on what time it is. But yeah, I will share with you guys what I end up getting at the restaurant. I know it's kind of odd that I eat before I go out to eat, but that helps me make sure, again, I hit my protein and I don't go to a restaurant super hungry, which is gonna minimize the amount of cravings I have too. I'll far out from stage, being about 4 or 5 weeks out. A lot of my cravings are already gone because I just kind of include those things that I've been craving, so I just kind of get what I want. I was like thinking I wanted a burger, and that's how I know my cravings are going down, or I'm like, I don't really need one. And I bought some lean ground beef for meal prep this week, going with a little bit of something different tonight instead. So we ended up getting home from the concert around like 2 in the morning. Luckily I hit all my macros that I needed to hit, so I didn't have to eat when I got home. I ended up at about 2,000 calories. The turkey club sandwich had a little bit more fat, probably due to the bacon and due to the mayonnaise I had put on it. I did get a shrimp cocktail as an appetizer just to bump up my protein. I think my protein for the day was about 160, 165, and I was at about 2,000 calories. So roughly about 200, 250 calories more than I was supposed to hit. But again, I'm pretty spot on throughout the week, so that's very minuscule, especially right now in a lean building phase. That is all I have for you guys. That's kind of what my meals look like, especially on a day I'm going out, I have a party, I'm going out with family or friends, or I just know I'm going to be having more of my fun food, is what I like to call it, versus like a cheat meal. If you guys don't already, please hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. So grateful for all of you and all the support you guys give on my channel. I'm officially at 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy to me. I started my YouTube channel like a year ago, and I feel like I was kind of inconsistent in the beginning, but I'm doing my best to just be consistent, share with you guys, even when life gets hectic, which it's very hectic right now. I'm still going to be sharing with you guys like how I make my health and wellness, you know, a priority, and how it is like living as a competitor all year round. Because at the end of the day, if you're a competitor, there is no on and off season. You do have to be on point like 24/7. Obviously I have some flexibility. Obviously I've been doing this for a while, so I know how to do that, but that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. Okay? Thanks again for tuning in.